Good afternoon. It is Friday, May 10th, 2024. Jesus is continuing to talk about the end of time. Again, he gives no schedule, no calendar, just descriptions. This time, he uses a story or a parable or even an illustration to explain how we are supposed to act as we wait for the end times. In Mark chapter 13, verses 34 to 37, and I'm reading from the New Living Translation, second edition, it says, "The coming of the Son of Man can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. When he left home, he gave each of his slaves instructions about the work they were to do. And he told the gatekeeper to watch for his return. You too must keep watch, for you don't know when the master of the household will return. In the evening, at midnight, before dawn, or at daybreak. Don't let him find you sleeping when he arrives without warning. I say to you what I say to everyone, watch for him." He gives the illustration of a wealthy man with a large estate, probably involving farming, a vineyard, an olive grove or two, lots of space, lots of work, lots of things to do, plenty of household chores, lots of maintenance involved in keeping things up, certainly lots of cleaning to do. And it takes a tremendous level of staff to keep that kind of thing going. Each slave was given instructions. They had roles assigned so they knew what their responsibilities were, and their responsibilities were detailed for them. And he told the gatekeeper, watch for the return. Then announce the return. And then he looks at the disciples who are listening to him, and especially the ones that asked him, when's all this going to happen? And he said, you keep watch. You don't know the time of the watch. Could be any time of day, could be this day, could be tomorrow. You don't know when it's going to be, so be ready. So what's the meaning for us? Jesus has gone back to heaven to be with the Father. He certainly sent the Holy Spirit, but he's also said he's going to return sometime. And we are given tasks, responsibilities, duties that we will be held accountable for. And he instructs us to be ready when he returns, so he finds us busy instead of sleeping. I imagine that was a specific little dig at Peter, James, and John, who fell asleep when he went up on the Mount of Transfiguration. Be ready for the return. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a pastor. I'm a grandfather. I'm the steward of my belongings. I have things I'm supposed to preach and to teach. I have responsibilities. And I must be diligent to be about my tasks so that I am ready for his return. We need to know what our responsibilities are. It's tied up in our role. If you were one of the gardening slaves, you didn't have to worry about whether or not the beds were made. It was not your role. So we need to understand who we are. That part about being a husband and father, pastor, grandfather. We have a role, things we're supposed to do because of who we are. And we need to be diligent about doing them, careful to be alert, and always ready if he comes back. I must be diligent about my tasks. Do you know your tasks? Do you know who you are? Do you know what your responsibilities were? He is returning, and we need to be ready. God bless you.